Saxophone, saxophone. We've invited the Director of Education from the San Francisco Symphony, Ron Gallman, onto our show to demonstrate how kids of all ages are learning about music thanks to the internet. Ron? Don't critique me because I know I'm not very much of a singer, but you're the Director of Education for the San Francisco Symphony. What do you have to do with that role?
Well, as the Director of Education, it means that I am responsible, along with my team at the San Francisco Symphony, for a huge slate of programs that essentially help people learn more about music.
And that's usually like live and in person.
Well, live and in person, we want to help people become comfortable with and enjoy music of all kinds, but especially, of course, classical music, symphonic music, and the live orchestral music experience. So we do this through a number of ways, through programs where school kids come to Davies Symphony Hall and San Francisco Symphony for special concerts.
That's what we used to do.
That's what you remember that.
Back in Iowa, not San Francisco.
You remember that,
very
of
similar,
course. Yeah. Or we will have programs in the schools themselves. We'll have programs that teach students to play instruments or to get better at instruments. We'll have lecture series for adults and everything in between.
And now websites are kind of taking that experience home. How do you bridge that gap of being like in an audience in an actual symphony hall and then going home and trying to learn about music using the internet?
Well, I think learning about anything sort of requires reflection on the experience, but outside of and away from the experience. And so the internet, of course, is a great, great learning tool. It's got visuals, it's got audio, great for learning about music, it's interactive, and so of course a person can learn about music one-on-one in a self-directed way, as quickly or slowly as one would like, or even in a small group setting, say with families or with classrooms.
All right, well, let's do it then. Great. We've got one of the sites that you recommend, playmusic.org, and let's say I wanted to learn about the clarinet part of the orchestra.
Right.
I would have this looks like, would this be the pit?
This is the orchestra setup.
Okay.
This is the stage.
So a clarinet, is that a woodwind?
It's a woodwind.
All right.
We just click on the woodwinds.
And then select clarinet.
Right.
Ah, okay. And so it's giving me more information about the instrument.
Exactly. This screen tells you all about woodwind instruments.
Hi,
and this little video, as you can see,
for 11 years.
is our actual students talking about their experience of playing instruments.
Wow. Now, who runs this site?
This is run by the American Symphony Orchestra League, which is the umbrella orchestra for the more than 1,000 symphony orchestras here in the United States.
Oh, phenomenal. Now, let's say I wanted to learn something more about jazz. I could use a PBS resource.
Yes, indeed you could.
Now, this is Improvisation Station? This is something they put together?
Exactly. This is a terrific resource. It's part of the site that they created to accompany the Ken Burns documentary on jazz a while ago. This is especially for kids, and this improvisation station is one where you can listen to a jazz quartet, but you can essentially take it apart and put it together. That way you actually get your hands into it.
So I'm actually arranging.
You're actually arranging and making music on your own.
Oh, and you can even send your composition?
You can send what you've done.
Too cool. Way too cool. Now, you guys have got your own website, too, at sfskids.com.
That's correct.
And what are the kids in our audience going to find here?
Well, the kids are going to find a pretty comprehensive set of tools, if you will, for learning about music, things that are going to be very, very fun. They're going to learn about the basics, what notes are, rhythm, harmony, tempo, things that you may have heard about, what is harmony? Well, this is going to explain it in very, very clear terms.
And this is what I'm playing with here is the composerizer.
Yes, I see you're about to composerize.
Now, is that a word you guys made up, or?
Yes, it's a word that we made up.
Okay, so let's see what I've got here.
Let's see what you've got.
See if I have a future in this. Not bad. Not bad. It's kind of catchy.
I think you're a regular Mozart here.
I think I've got the ear for it.
We're going to sign you up.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ron. We do appreciate this effort that you've been doing. The way I learned about it, they used to play Peter and the Wolf.
That's right.
That's all we had. It would have been so much nicer to have these types of tools at our fingertips.
Well, we found they're very effective. So
it looks like it, and it sounds like it too. Thanks once again.
Thanks
and
very
if
much.
you would like these direct links to each and every one of these musical primers, you can get them at techtv.com/call4help. Our